Welcome back to RVP Auto1, the place where you get honest, in-depth reviews on the vehicles that matter to real drivers, adventurers, and vanlife lovers. Today, we're diving into a vehicle that's getting a lot of attention in 2026, the all-new Dacia Dokker 4x4 camper van. Yes, you heard that right. Dacia has taken their compact utility van and turned it into a rugged, go-anywhere, live-anywhere machine. So let's get straight into it. At first glance, the 2026 Dokker has evolved significantly. It's still unmistakably a Dokker, but now it's got a more confident stance, higher ground clearance, chunkier tires, and body cladding that screams capability. Dacia has finally leaned into the outdoorsy aesthetic, and it suits this van surprisingly well. The front fascia has been updated with sharper LED headlamps, a bold new grille, and skid plates that aren't just for show, they're functional. But what really makes the 2026 Dokker special is the factory 4x4 system. Built on a modified version of the CMF platform, the new Dokker features an electronically managed all-wheel drive system with selectable drive modes. There's a standard front-wheel drive mode for urban efficiency, an automatic all-wheel drive mode for mixed conditions, and even a lock mode for slippery trails and rough terrain. While it's not quite a hardcore off-roader like a Wrangler or Defender, it's much more capable than anything Dacia has offered in this segment before. And with 200 mm of ground clearance, it can handle moderate off-road trails, gravel roads, and snowy mountain passes without breaking a sweat. Powering this versatile beast is a 1.3-liter turbocharged petrol engine producing 130 horsepower and 240 Nm of torque. Now, those aren't headline figures, but paired with a smooth 6-speed manual transmission and the intelligent AWD, it feels more than adequate. There's also a diesel option with slightly more torque, and for those who care about economy on long road trips, that might be the smarter pick. It's not a rocket ship, but it's honest, efficient, and, most importantly, reliable. Now let's talk about what really matters, the camper setup. The factory-fitted camper version of the Dokker 4x4 is surprisingly well thought out. Inside, Dacia has partnered with European camper conversion specialists to deliver a compact but functional living space. You've got a folding bed system that doubles as a seating area, a small but efficient kitchenette with a single burner stove, a fridge, and cleverly hidden storage compartments throughout the cabin. The rear section opens wide, allowing for a tent attachment or awning to extend your living space outdoors. There's even a built-in power management system with solar panel input, dual batteries, and USB charging ports scattered throughout. The camper layout is modular, so you can remove or rearrange components depending on whether you're heading on a weekend camping trip or a full-time vanlife adventure. You can even upgrade to a roof tent or a pop-top roof, which increases headroom dramatically and makes it a legitimate sleeping space for a couple or even a small family. The overall space is compact but smart, prioritizing functionality and simplicity over luxury, which stays true to Dacia's brand identity. Driving the 2026 Dokker 4x4 camper is an interesting experience. On the road, it handles better than you might expect from a lifted van. The suspension has been tuned to balance comfort with stability, and while it's no corner carver, it feels secure and predictable even on twisty mountain roads. The steering is light, visibility is excellent, and the cabin remains impressively quiet at cruising speeds. On the highway, you can comfortably sit at 120 km/h without feeling like you're pushing the engine too hard. Off the road, the Dokker 4x4 shows its new strengths. It can manage light rock crawling, muddy paths, and deep snow without drama. The short overhangs help with approach and departure angles, and with proper all-terrain tires, it becomes a very capable adventure rig. It's not designed for extreme overlanding, but for real-world exploration, forest roads, beach campsites, alpine trails, it's a solid performer. Inside the cockpit, things are simple but not Spartan. Dacia has upped their interior game with a more refined dashboard, a touchscreen infotainment system that supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and physical buttons for key controls, which, honestly, we love. There's no need to fumble through digital menus just to adjust the fan speed. Materials feel rugged and easy to clean, which is ideal for a camper van that's going to get dirty. Passenger space is surprisingly generous for a vehicle of this size. You can seat two up front comfortably, and if you choose the extended version, you get rear passenger seats that fold flat or can be removed entirely to maximize your living space. There are blackout blinds for the windows, insulation for cold weather, and optional heating systems that run off the auxiliary battery. Fuel economy is another strong point. The petrol version gets around 6.5 to 7.0 liters per 100 kilometers, while the diesel can go lower, especially on long hauls. With a 60-liter tank, you're looking at solid range between fill-ups, perfect for those long off-grid adventures. Let's talk pricing. One of the biggest draws to the Dacia Dokker has always been its affordability, and even with all the upgrades and camper conversion, the 2026 4x4 model comes in at a very competitive price point. In most European markets, the base 4x4 Dokker starts just under €26,000, and the fully kitted-out camper version tops out around €34,000 to €36,000 depending on options. Compared to other camper vans in the market, even micro-campers, this is an absolute bargain. Now, nothing is perfect, and the Dokker 4x4 camper has a few limitations. The compact size means limited water storage, no onboard toilet, and minimal indoor space for bad weather days. Also, while the build quality has improved, it still feels more utility-focused than premium. But honestly, for the price and what you're getting, it's more than fair. This is a van for people who want to travel simply, efficiently, and affordably. Whether you're planning weekend getaways into the mountains, long-distance road trips across Europe, or just want a daily driver that can double as a mobile tiny home, the Dokker 4x4 camper delivers. It's for those who value freedom over frills and want a vehicle that can adapt to their lifestyle. To wrap it up, the 2026 Dacia Dokker 4x4 camper van might just be one of the most exciting releases in the budget camper space in years. It's rugged, versatile, and thoughtfully designed without the unnecessary complications or inflated price tags that plague so many other camper conversions. Dacia has clearly listened to what van life enthusiasts want: simplicity, capability, and practicality. And for that, they deserve a lot of credit. If you're someone who wants to get into van life without breaking the bank, or if you're just looking for a no-nonsense adventure vehicle that can take you off the beaten path and back again, the Dokker 4x4 camper should absolutely be on your radar. Thanks for watching RVP Auto1. If you enjoyed this review or found it helpful, hit that like button and consider subscribing for more honest vehicle reviews, van life content, and real-world testing. Got questions about the Dokker 4x4 or want to see it compared against another camper van? Drop your thoughts in the comments, we always read them. Until next time, keep your wheels on the ground, your adventures wild, and we'll see you in the next video.